Why are some people more and more blessed? Let's listen to a story. A long time ago, there was a wealthy family in Henan named Li. Mr. Liu gave birth to a daughter named Liu Tsueling, who is 9 years old this year. One day, Mr. Liu took his daughter and servants to the temple in the suburbs of the city to pray for blessings. On the way back, I saw a woman in rags. He took his children and prayed along the street. The little beggar saw Mr. Liu's family and walked over quickly. When the servant saw the collision, he hurriedly stopped him, and the little beggar shouted, "Master, please be fine, give me a stutter." Ling turned her head and saw her married man Liu Da pushing her. Then he walked over and told Liu Da, "Let her come over and talk." So beggar Xiao left Tsueling's side. "Say miss, please be fine, give me a stutter." Ling pulled the corner of her father's clothes. "My father gave her a piece of silver." Tsueling gave the money to the little boy. At this time, the woman and daughter also came over. "Hurry up and kowtow, my husband, your lady is very kind. My daughter is Xiaolan and she is 7 years old this year. I really can't support her." "You're okay. Let Xiaolan be a maid for your daughter. Let them have a bite of food." The master looked at Xiaolan's face and skinny skin. Malnutrition. Look at his daughter Ling again. "Say Dad, let's take Xiaolan in." "Where is Mr. Li?" He took out 6 taels of silver and gave it to the woman. "Say this is your daughter's wages. By the end of next year, come to my house and get your daughter's wages next year." "Where is the woman? I just touched a handkerchief from my body." "Put it on your daughter's hand. Say, kid, this is the thought that my mother left to you. Just treat it as your mother by your side." After saying that, he left with great gratitude. 8 years have passed in a blink of an eye. The green silk is as beautiful as a flower. There are also many young masters who bring up new things. But Ling didn't like a single one. 2 more years have passed. The fabric sold by the Liu family is flawed. The person who returns the goods at home will be paid for. Business has plummeted. Until now. Even during the Chinese New Year, you can save money. On this day, the county magistrate came to propose marriage to a rich man named Zhong. This rich man is a veritable businessman. His son is not much better. If it weren't before, the Liu family wouldn't have opened their eyes to see them. But now the family is in trouble and cannot offend anyone. Mr. Liu said, "How many days would you please let me go? Let me discuss with my wife and lady." The county magistrate said, "I'll give you 15 days. 15 days later, the Zhong family came to welcome the couple. Mr. Liu doesn't want to push his daughter into the fire pit. Sold the property. All servants were dismissed. Only Xiaolan said she would not leave anything. So they set off to Hangzhou to join their relatives. When he arrived in Hangzhou, I only found out that my relatives have been away from Hangzhou for 2 months. Mr. Liu has no choice. Just rented a small yard. The whole family stays here temporarily. For the sake of livelihood." Tsueling and Xiaolan both went out to work as female workers. Mr. Liu also goes to do some rough work. Change points and camp. The family is living a very peaceful life. This kind of days lasted for a year. Suddenly one day a young man came to knock on the door. Mr. Liu came over and opened the door and saw the person who came wearing the top scholar's talisman. But he just can't remember who he is. So I said, "Mr. Guan, are you doing something?" The young man said, "Mr. Liu, I am Yi Zicheng, Lana's brother. You took my sister in those days and gave us money. Do you still remember?" Mr. Liu said that so it was. Yi Zicheng continues saying, "I'm on TV. When the top scorer in high school went south, I went to find you. The house is empty. I've asked a lot of people again. I realized you have moved to Hangzhou." That person happened to be his former hometown. I also told me your address. Mr. Liu sighed in his heart. Unexpectedly, the little beggar who was the top scholar at that time hurried up and invited him in, and called Lana out to recognize his brother and sister. Lana's tears flowed when she saw her brother telling about his own experience while crying. At this time, Suailin also walked out. Suailin saw Yizi. Sincerely, heartbeat. I am happy for his achievements today. Yi Zicheng saw Suailin and walked over. Say you're missed, Suailin. Suailin smiled and said, you still remember me. Yi Zicheng said, girl, great kindness. Thank you very much. Yi Zicheng then said to Mr. Liu again, Zhong Caiju's son is about to get married. This time I happened to go back to Henan to take office. Let's go back together. In this way, they returned to Henan. After Yi Zicheng took office, it was found that the fabric floors of the Liu family were all Zhong Cai took the initiative. The hands and feet get moldy. His property, Mr. Liu's business gradually returned to normal. Yi Zicheng has been paying attention to Kui Ling in his heart. Then he came to propose marriage with his mother. The two families eventually became in-laws, living a happy life. This story tells us, every good deed in life, it may plant a seed of hope, take root and sprout someday in the future. Note, friends who have listened to this story, becoming more and more blessed. Thank you everyone.